yesterday I had such a good day. When I got home, I was all exhausted. And Monday's Ralph's day to come over to my apartment and try on clothes with me, which I'd rather just stick, spikes in my arm. Ooh. Because it's just so horrible. I hate trying on clothes.
Howard, I don't know how you do it, man. I haven't tried on clothes since the 8th grade, and it looks it. But I just, well, at least you're like Ralph, right? I mean, he's a friend at least,
Ralph's feeling hurt because ever since he vomited in my house, I haven't been hanging out with him. And he goes, ever since I vomited in your house, I'm on the outs. I go, you absolutely are.
You know what he said to me the other day?
You are.
You've hurt his feelings.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Well, you know what? When we were sitting and picking out carrots and shit from his vomit out of my washing machine, he wasn't there.
How long are you going to keep him in the doghouse?
He's really not in the doghouse. I'm just not interested right now. And, he wants to, sleep over, and I'm not interested in that.
Well, that's hurting to him.
I don't understand. Every time the guy has come to my home to stay overnight, he's either gotten so shit-faced or high on or someone always slips him something. That's always the thing.
Why is that everybody's slipping something into his
it's called a drug dealer.
They're constantly slipping something, and he's either so whacked out he has several people in cars looking for where I live, or he's vomiting all over my home, or he's just totally leaving things all over the place and people picking up after him and all kinds of shit. It's just, enough.
Yeah, I don't know
what
why
am I,
he can't
fool?
behave himself when he's around.
I'm not going to accuse Ralph of anything else because I don't know anything for sure. But I know the whole slipped you something thing because I used to use that. One time in Vegas, I had to do stand-up, and a guy gave me all this ecstasy to keep me up. Because when I stopped doing coke, I would take ecstasy just to keep me up.
Really?
Vegas. Yeah.
Why'd you want to be up so much?
Because you're in Vegas. I'm not asleep,
Okay, I see.
I want to be up to lose money.
Right.
Maybe catch a disease.
Yeah, I'm always like, who wants to stay awake? For guys who hate life, because that's, people who do drugs kind of hate life, you guys all want to be awake.
Well, no, heroin is the really true thing. We don't want to be near anybody.
Right.
Coke and those are like social drugs.
All right.
So I don't want to do coke, but my mind figured ecstasy, So I took but with my constitution, I needed 2 of them, and then I took a third one. I said, fuck it. And, man, it hit me like I was, I was just, I was melting, literally melting.
Wow.
And I started going to the guy who was promoting the gig. I said, somebody slipped me something.
Yeah.
It's like he knew right away. Thank God I had
That's code for, hey, I took a lot of shit.
I had 8 hours to sleep it off, thank God, so I did it. But I was a scary... that shit, that's synthetic everything. It's man-made. It's instant brain damage, ecstasy. It's really bad shit.
Well, I'll tell you, it's...
I mean, I was there one time with Ralph, and he said, I don't know. I mean, that could happen. We were at that concert, and there was all maniacs all over.
I don't know. Why is it he's always getting slipped something?
Everybody else is fine.
Everyone else is walking around. He's getting slipped something.
Well, it only happened once or twice, right?
Yeah, right. Right. That's all. But I mean, I don't have any luck with Ralph in terms of him sort of behaving himself.
But you're a married man now. You know, it makes sense that you wouldn't want your single buddy to sleep over.
I don't mind if he sleeps over, but don't vomit. He vomited all over the room, and not vomited.
I don't know how did he get that messed up?
I don't know. He claims he hit his head when he was before he came out to see me. He was riding his bike and he hit his head.
So he had a concussion.
Yeah, but for a guy with a concussion, he was drinking a whole lot and eating a whole lot. And I mean,
if he hit his head,
why can't he ever get slipped something that makes him into a good guest?
If he hit his head, I mean, he would have been in the emergency room.
I mean, what does he think he's that much fun that I'm willing to put up with all that shit? I mean, really? I mean, at some point, you just kind of throw your arms up in the air and go,
Well, I know last week he said something to me about getting together to do something. He says, and I'm not doing it that night because I don't want to run into Howard because Howard hurt my feelings.
Yeah, well, you know what? He might have hurt my feelings.
Well, he's got to be.
You two ought to make up.
If he is who he says people say he is, and I don't think he's this guy, but if he's like that leech with the rich people and the famous people, you're married. Sam's got that serious girlfriend now. He's got Jimmy Kimmel mad at him. That's bad for a guy like Ralph because Jimmy's famous.
Well, Natalie
he doesn't
Maines,
care if
Natalie Maines seems to have taken him in.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe
he found a new home.
He kind of always because when I had Ralph over and he threw up all over, Natalie was over my house, and they kind of bonded.
I guess she's okay with throw up.
Yeah. No.
Well, she didn't see it.
She didn't see any of that.
It hasn't happened to her yet.
Right.
Just wait.
See, like if a
So
guy like
Natalie took had Ralph over for dinner at her apartment and the whole thing. She's
Right.
really taken to him.
See, if a guy like Benji or Gary or me, like if we're mad at Ralph, that doesn't bug him that much. But a guy
Right.
like Kimmel, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Ralph's trying to figure out how to patch that up
Yeah.
because he knows he has your ear a little bit. And,
Yeah.
he could be the new friend. And
Hey, Jimmy never says anything to me about.
no, I know, but you got
Ralph.
you got to. Ralph's probably thinking that.
Yeah. Who knows? Anyway.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see how this plays out.
I thought it was very interesting, though, when he said, yeah, Howard hurt my feelings. I don't want to see
I
him."
like that I heard his feelings.
I love it when people you're angry at turn it around and go, oh, no, I'm angry at him.
Yeah, I'm the one being gracious here. And I don't know. But what can I tell you? I don't know. I go to people's homes. Rarely.
Try to mind your own.
I never vomit in their homes. I never have never
Keep
get
your
so
space clean.
Yeah, I never get so shit faced that I can't find my way home.
Don't
know.
give out their addresses.
No, never. I don't know. I'm just a different kind of guy. Hey, Ralph.
Yeah, I've moved on to Natalie. She's having a Halloween party. I'm staying at her place.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's fine. He does just fine. I introduced
He
him to people.
bounces back.
Oh,
I
yeah.
introduced him to Stamos. He can go there anytime.
Yeah.
Sam Simon, I know he's going away with him.
Yeah, right. He's going to the Thanksgiving thing.
Oh, yeah.
Someone
Hey,
said to
you
me the
know-
other day, I go, you know why Sam's friends with Ralph? I go, why? I go, he likes him. He goes, he'll do anything to get close to you. Or to, he goes, why would Sam Simon randomly take Ralph in and start hanging out with him?
Well, what do they
Who
think Ralph
gave
is
you that,
doing?
Ralph? Who
I
gave
don't
you
want to say the name because he'll get upset.
No, that's fine.
But what do you think Ralph is doing? What are they saying he's doing for Sam?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I don't care. I'm happy for Ralph.
My friendship with Sam has really gotten him close to you, right?
It hasn't worked. Exactly.
I mean, I know there's other people who get friendly with me to get close to you, but
Who?
I don't know. There's people. I won't say anyone, but
Right. But what do you care? As long as there's something good in it for you.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Hey, listen. I don't want to sort of. I'm not attacking you, Artie, here. But like, why do you believe like every convoluted story Artie tells you, and I have a story where I hit my head, I got sick at your place, and I really believe that's a result of that. And,
Ralph,
like,
that is so. No offense. I don't want to bust you here.
yeah, go
But
ahead.
it had nothing to do with you hitting your head.
Really, I have never
Nothing to
woken up-
do
I woke-
with your hitting your head. Your head. It was 2 days later, and quite frankly, you didn't throw up at home within the 2 days that you'd hit your head. You were doing a lot of things that would cause you to throw up. Let's just put it that way and leave it at that.
What
I
was
think
it?
you know. You don't know what you were doing?
You mean smoking some pot?
Yeah.
That's going to make me.
Which,
that's-
by the way, I'm not a real fan of.
I know you've changed. I understand.
Yeah, I don't need to be around that. I mean, I've changed. I don't go to someone's house and
I know.
drink and smoke until I throw up all over the house. I just don't do that.
It was. All right. You
Not
know,
interested.
You've made up your mind, and that's fine.
What do you mean? I know what
Are
you
you
were.
two
I was
done?
around.
What's going on?
I was around you.
I have never. I was so mortified. It was the
Yeah,
worst
I'm
thing-
glad.
It was the worst thing. That
Then
ever
you
happened
take
to me.
all the sheets and you put it. Stay away from my washer dryer.
Yeah, I tried.
He
I
took
tried to-
everything down to the washer dryer, but he didn't get rid of the food and all the crap
Yeah,
and
all
the
the
vomit.
solids were
Yeah, 'cause
still
I was
there.
completely
So
out
the-
of it. I was completely out of it, and I tried.
So my cleaning
to,
woman had to sit there and pick out
I tried to clean
single-handed.
up. I tried to do the right thing. I didn't.
But you
realize
did it
that.
wrong.
I
You
tried
can't
to do
put
the right
food
thing.
in a washer dryer.
I tried to do the right thing and clean up. Even though I was horrified. I mean, you wake up.
Yeah,
with a
you
big-
should be
You
horrified.
wake up with a big pile of throw up next to you and see how you feel.
You know what? I'm an adult. I don't do
He's
that.
not going to do
Yeah.
that.
Well,
I don't do that.
so something medically could have happened. That's
Ralph,
never happened
every
to
time
me.
you've stayed at my home, something's happened to you.
I've never thrown up in the middle of the night.
No,
And
that was the
not
first time
remembered
you
it.
did that at my home, but you've done other things like get so
By the way, that's
wasted
what Robin did.
that you can't find your way home, and you're begging people to drive you to my home who don't know me, who are strangers. You don't know that?
I don't know what.
You don't know that
happened?
every time you've been to my home,
That's not
it ends in
true.
disaster.
That's not true, but I understand. It's fine. I don't have a desire to go back there. I mean, it was
Good.
horrible. That last time was
right,
just
good.
horrible.
All
Can I
right.
ask a question? Ralph, seriously, do you understand or do you think that Howard's changed?
I think it's a little bit of both.
When did he change? What did he change into?
I don't know. It's like you're very different these days.
God.
Good.
Very-
Maybe I've grown up.
You're very man about town, Mr. Hamptons, Mr.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, geez.
And you're Mr. What?
Mr. Wonderful.
Sorry, I don't want a guy vomiting in my home.
No, I
When
understand.
were you the guy who did want somebody vomiting in your home?
Well, before I got married, I
I
really
vomited in
loved it when
Sam's
Ralph
house
would come
once.
over and vomit all over my home.
Those were the good old days.
Yeah, that was fun. I used to love when Ralph would vomit.
I don't know, but
You've
you're like
changed.
thinking I'm busy. You just think I'm busy, like in the corner taking pills or something.
I don't know what you're doing,
know what,
but
if
all
we
I know
do-
is you're a dude who comes
You
out to
know
my
what?
home, and the next thing I know, you're so fucked up, you're on a bus to nowhere because you can't find your way home.
That happened once.
That's right. One time it was that. The next time it was vomiting all over. The other time it was fucking shit all over the place. I mean, Jesus Christ, you're the worst.
Yeah,
He's the worst guest. And then,
wait.
Sam Simon called me and said, "Can you get Ralph out of my house? He's breaking everything."
Yeah.
What's that?
All right.
Yeah,
Sam
I
has
stayed up-
complained about you, too.
I stayed
Yeah.
up past 10 o'clock, and you were like, what are you up all night for?
Up all night. Then he's out. He's out in a hammock till 2:30 in the morning.
And he's claiming it was till
It's just
10.
like just nobody does that. It's just like it's a household that needs to be shut down. It's not a dorm.
I know.
And it's like, dude, just go to bed. Or that. Listen to this. I'll give you a fucking prime example of Ralph. Okay? Because now he's getting into it with me. Listen to this shit. I'm entertaining a bunch of people. Ralph being one of them.
Uh-huh.
I'm putting out a dinner for them. Everything. So I go into my living room, and all the lights are out in the living room. So I'm like, gee, you don't have people, we're walking back and forth to the living room, we're eating dinner and this and that, and I'm entertaining. And all of a sudden I turn the lights on, and who pops up from the couch, barefoot, with his fucking feet up, and, he goes, "Hey, I'm sleeping in here. Turn off the lights, man." I go,
So in the middle of your party,
I go,
or,
yeah. I go, dude, you got to be kidding me. I'm saying to myself, this fucking guy, I gave him
a room.
I gave him a room to
Yeah.
sleep in. He's so fucking passive aggressive.
I
Like,
wasn't joking.
you were totally serious.
You had turned out all the lights.
Come on,
Dude, you
man.
turned out all the lights
Like,
in
I
my...
even know how to turn out the lights in
You
your
did
house.
it. You did it.
I didn't.
You were asleep on a couch. I woke you up. She's complaining to me. Then it's like, I'm going to go out in a hammock till 2:30 in the morning.
See,
It's
you
just, like-
used
it's
to
just like, you know what?
understand
We have
that
to
was a
close
joke.
up the household. People want to go to sleep. It's enough.
Right,
Go to
right,
your
right.
room and sit there. It's so fucking... He's
I didn't
always
realize
he's
it was
busy.
being watched.
Busy every minute.
I didn't realize it was being monitored,
Busy with cameras. Don't ask what goes on.
Cameras?
It's fucking annoying. Yeah. Every minute with that phone camera and pictures.
Oh, yeah, that iPhone
He's
of his.
busy. He's busy.
Man.
There's a lot of great surfaces here.
He's taking pictures of the
Yeah,
surfaces?
surfaces.
You're crazy, Ralph.
Look at these surfaces.
I'm the
Like a
crazy one.
surface.
like
Like
the
the
wood
stone
or
or
the
the
stone.
wood.
Look at these great surfaces. Why don't you go fucking jerk off?
That's crazy.
How's
The
that therapy
surfaces.
going? Well, I'm going to kick it back up to
What's
6 times a week.
surfaces?
That's so crazy,
Yeah.
Ralph.
It's just like, you know what, dude? Just shut up. Just sit in your room. It's 2:30 in the morning. Go to bed.
I'm on his side. You're crazy.
You're crazy.
You have...
Just, you know what? Have him over your home. Let him stay there
Oh,
for a
look, he
weekend.
was over at my apartment last night. I left him in the living room sitting on the couch. The next thing I know, I come back. He's lying
Yeah, he won't
on
leave.
a chair.
Yeah, let's talk about you, Robin.
He
No,
won't
let's
leave.
not
Let's talk
talk
about you being
about
6
me.
hours late.
Get
then
out of
taking
here.
you to dinner
First
and
of all,
then-
you're no good
Let's
to
go
me
to
anymore.
dinner.
You don't even know anything. Last night we met McGee. He's the director of Terminator Salvation. You don't know that.
Who gives a shit?
I
He
do.
makes bad movies.
I wanted to
All
talk
right.
to the guy
Well,
making Terminator
obviously, there's a lot of
Salvation.
issues. A
So
lot
you
of issues.
should've talked to him.
All right.
Stop.
How did McGee get in this?
All right. Thank you, Ralph. All right. And by the way,
I dragged Ralph
contrary,
with me. He's supposed to know something.
contrary to Ralph's beliefs, I do not hate Ralph. I still love Ralph.
Well, he just said you hurt his feelings. He didn't say you.
No, I believe you still
Sorry.
love me. You just don't want to hang out. That's fine.
I hang out with you plenty. I hung out with you at my bachelor party.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
All right, man. Later.
Bye.
Right. That's Ralph.
Oh, he's tough. Too funny. But he does make himself right at home. He was lying on, he just, put his feet up, was lying down.
Constant
He was
ice.
there 15 minutes.
He comes to my house, constant cups and drinks. Like during the day, I might have 3 or 4 drinks. I don't even think about drinking.
Oh, you mean he drinks all day?
No, not alcohol.
Oh, okay.
I'm just talking about like Like maybe I'll have a glass of water, or I'll have a glass of club soda with some cranberry juice in it. Maybe that'll happen 4 times a day. Ralph constantly, neurotically, he either has a coffee mug with coffee going, or he's got drinks like sodas, or I don't know what he drinks, water, whatever it is. There's always a cup involved, and he's walking around with a glass, and it's like, it's just annoying. You know, and of course he has no one over to his home.
What home?
Exactly. You know.
You hear about this place, but no one ever sees it.
He stayed at my place over the summer a couple times, and
Excuse me.
neither time we had a problem at all.
Really?
But, no,
How
he
many
was-
times do you hear, excuse me?
He
Excuse
was,
me.
He was great, but I will say this: my place has horrible surfaces.
Yeah. Well,
He's
he's
not
like,
got the iPhone out at your place.
Like if a guy ever said that, I'd be
And he's like-
I got to go right to the gay test. I put my leg on his hand.
he's like, excuse me. I always hear, excuse me. And then you serve lunch to your guests. Ralph will come in. I'm not hungry. Well, why is that? I just don't eat now. Can they wrap up the lunch and save it for later? I'm like, well, we're eating now. It's like noon, and
Well,
this
that
is when
is a
people eat.
problem. Yeah, he doesn't want to eat on the schedule.
I'm sorry, I'm not hungry now.
Right.
Okay, all right. So we'll wrap it up, and then later on, and then all of a
and
sudden,
then it'll be, why are you so uptight?
no, yeah, and then he starves himself all day. Then he starts to eat and eat and eat, and then he vomits all over the room.
Right. But it's like, why are you so uptight, man? I'm not hungry right now. Can't you wrap it?
Because you know what? We don't want to wrap stuff. Oh no, I'll wrap it. Then he has to go find stuff to wrap it
Right.
with, and he has to go through all the drawers.
Right.
It's like, dude, either eat or don't. You know what? And then at 2:00, we were scrambling to find him a meal. I mean, it's a high maintenance guest. He's just high maintenance. Everybody else just sits and eats and then is done. It's annoying. It's like, what's next? It's like
You know
watching
what?
a little
I
kid.
can't believe he could be that much trouble because you are so gracious.
Well, that's the
And-
problem. I'm too gracious, and I
But
said,
everything's there for you. How could he still be a bother?
I don't know. Excuse me. Do you have any ice? Where are the glasses? Where? And then there's glasses like all over the house.
Right.
Like
He
there's a glass
loses
on
his
there, there's a
glass
glass
and gets
there.
another glass.
Yeah, but they're left all over the.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Do you have more ice? A half a cup of ice? I'm telling you.
And could I have
I don't want to eat my
lemon
lunch.
with that?
Oh, you're having lunch now? I told you I'm not hungry now, but I'll go wrap it up. Don't worry. And then he puts it in the refrigerator, and then later on he's eating, and then it's close to dinner time. And
Right, so
it's
he
just-
ruins that too.
Yeah. You know what? Go home. You find yourself wishing he'd go home.
Oh.
And then getting him home is a whole nother ordeal.
Well, yeah,
he
you
won't
say
drive.
he won't leave.
Takes trains, and And then you go, well, there's a guy waiting to take you to the train. I have 10 more minutes. But the guy wants to kind of take you now. No, I have 10 more minutes. It's too early for me to go to this train. Well,
No regard for anybody else.
no. It's all about Ralph. It's amazing. He loves services. He loves being catered to.
He likes being pampered.
Yeah. I told him to his face, he's the world's worst guest.
Howard,
Yeah. He's
an
horrible.
asshole.
Excuse me.
You know, you eat constantly.
It's my house.
I know, and that's fine, but I can't keep up with your eating schedule. It's
Ralph,
just
then don't
constant-
come over.
I'm not.
If you can, we eat 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh my God, you're constantly eating. That's why you're overweight.
Okay. I'm
Oh
overweight.
my God, overweight?
Yeah, you eat too much.
Where?
Where is he overweight?
Ralph, all I know is you don't entertain anyone. The last person you entertained went running from your apartment. That was 10 years ago.
I entertain people.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have you people over. Look at this. I go over your house once or twice, and I'm a monster.
You've never thrown a dinner. You've never thrown a party. You've never done anything. And the one time you had your friend, and I'm not going to mention his name over, that I'm talking about, he was annoying you because he was asking for packs of gum. That's you.
You wanted the whole fucking thing of it.
Packs of gum.
Ralph complained to me. He had a friend staying over. Everything annoyed the shit out of him.
He wanted to take a box of it home. I'm like, dude, just take a fucking pack. Go fucking box.
He had a friend over like him.
Yeah. He got his comeuppance.
Annoyed
That's karma.
Annoyed the piss out of
There
him,
you
right?
go.
Man, I'm sorry, man. That's why it's just better. You just stay away from each other.
He's tough.
Yeah.
I gave him a lecture and I said, "Here's what everything you do wrong. Can you?" And then he comes out and vomits all over my house. I go. I didn't mention you shouldn't vomit in your room.
Yeah, you got to be more specific.
He goes, "Oh man,
Did you mention that?
I threw up all over the room. Like I don't even know how it happened." Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
Well, I didn't mention not to vomit. You're right.
That's like you know someone's had horrible guests if they have weird rules. Like my buddy lived in Brooklyn, and the landlord who lived below him, he said, "Okay, don't throw any beer cans out the windows." He's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Because the last guy used to constantly throw beer cans out the window.
Yeah, I mean,
He go, "No, I won't do that. Don't worry about it."
please don't throw up all over my house next time.
Yeah, that's number one.
Well, with Ralph, yeah, you got to say don't pee outside. You got to say a whole bunch of things.
He throws my entire household into like chaos.
Turmoil.
Like, people said to me, "You need a staff just to watch Ralph." That's pretty intense.
How could you be that much trouble?
I don't know.
And then he's like, "Oh, I didn't realize."
Because, he doesn't have servants during
No,
the rest of his
I
I'm
said,
life.
what
crazy.
does he
I
do-
drink coffee.
what does he
I
do at home?
Stay up
Yeah.
past 10 o'clock.
Does he go through 30 towels? Does he go through 30 cups, or does he use the same cup? In my home, it's a clean cup for each new drink.
Each sip.
Yeah, like each sip gets it, and then like he'll put the cup down and get the coffee get cold and go make him new coffee,
Right.
and then you're just constantly picking up cups.
That's so not true.
I mean, I must have picked up 10 cups. Like I'm just walking around the house picking up cups and newspapers that he
Well, if
leaves
you would stop
outside.
picking up my
and then the
cup, I would keep
newspapers
the same
blow all
cup.
over the place.
Oh.
Like, you know what he does? He puts the newspaper and leaves it outside.
Right.
And then you find there's a newspaper like blowing all over the fucking
Yeah.
backyard, and I'm
Like,
out.
I'm
I'm
reading-
out there picking up. He goes, "Hey, I was reading that."
You're chasing paper.
I'm chasing papers for Ralph, and I go,
I'm
"What part of this is fun for me?"
I'm busy reading the paper, trying to have my coffee. Then you go, "Oh, come here, come do this," and then
Oh,
go do that,
okay.
and
It's
then-
my
your
fault.
fault.
It's my
then
fault.
paper's
It's
gone.
your fault.
When you
your
get
fault.
up, put the paper away.
Yeah, papers blow away.
No, he doesn't. Not where he's concerned.
Oh, there's supposed to be no wind there.
Oh, okay. I'm just telling you, man. You're tough. That's why Sam Simon called me. He goes, Can you find something for Ralph to do so he has to go home?" And you know Ralph, he'll never leave.
Stop
Oh, that's another problem.
it.
Never
Oh,
leave.
stop it.
Never leave. I have 10 more minutes. I'm not going to the train.
Yeah, I was told what time we were leaving. I was leaving at that time.
All right,
and
but the
then-
guy was ready to take you down. He said, "Go."
Well, I wasn't ready.
You were
understand
ready.
That? I didn't have my shit together. But why is that so hard to
Shit.
understand?
Got a T-shirt.
How long were you there that it takes so long to get back together?
A day.
You know, I would like to say you turned into your father, but you're actually worse than your father.
All right.
You're way more.
Yeah,
uptight.
my father wouldn't have even attempted to have you over his house for three or four times.
Yeah.
I gave it 3 or 4 shots. I threw my hands up in the air.
No,
I'm done.
listen, that's fine. It's not relaxing coming to visit.
Good. Stay
It's
away.
so uptight.
Go visit,
Oh, my goodness.
Go visit Robin.
I was going to say, I had the complete opposite experience. Totally restful.
Right.
Oh, you weren't with him. You had a nice weekend.
I thought I had a nice weekend when I was out there with Robin.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Well, that was the weekend of the talk, so you were in your best behavior.
Yeah. He did pretty good after the talk.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Ralph.
You just forgot.
No. Thank you.
You're welcome. Asshole.
Ralph's Q rating's jumping up after this show.
Yeah.
So, Gary, have you ever been subject to Ralph as a house guest?
No, I've never had him at my house.
But you've
I've been at
witnessed-
Howard's house when he was there, and the time I was there, I have to say, he was fine. I was there for 2 nights, and he didn't seem to make any trouble.
You've never witnessed anything that Howard spoke about?
No. I mean, I will tell you that when I was at Howard's house, he seems very comfortable there. You know, I sort of walk around on eggshells, but he's been there more than me, and I guess he's better friends with Howard than I am, so I guess he feels more comfortable. But no, I can't, I like to break Ralph's balls, but I don't have much for you in terms of seeing him be a dick as a house guest. I've heard a million stories.
Now, he's saying Howard's changed. Do you buy that?
Yeah, he stopped talking to Ralph. He changed for the better.
And you-
No, Howard hasn't changed. Listen, he and Beth are married. They're into each other. Maybe he doesn't want to hang out with Ralph as much. And Howard's in the air this morning. It's sort of cyclical. You know what I mean? Like he won't see Ralph for a bunch of times, and then he will see Ralph. I think, I know that Howard talked to me and told me that he had sort of an intervention with Ralph as a house guest. That like you have to be a better house guest. And then we were out that week and he was really good. And then the next time I guess he threw up.
I think that Ralph feels very
comfortable wherever he goes, and he makes himself right at home. It never occurs to him that it's a privilege to be in someone else's home. He thinks he should use it the way he'd use his own home.
So he's taking people for granted, kinda?
I guess so. I hate to characterize it that way, but when I went to Sam Simon's out in L.A. and saw where he puts Ralph up, he gives Ralph an entire house. And Ralph has a whole routine he goes through, and he stays there as long as he wants, and he drives one of Sam's cars. And Sam said, well, you could come to my house when you're out here, Robin, and I just could never do that.
Do you think he's ever gonna learn?
Of course not. He's Ralph.